this process easy without code or without algorithm understanding. So let's start. First, we'll focus what are the challenges. Before that, I just want to make sure that everyone is able to hear what I'm saying. Am I audible? Just give me a thumbs up in a chat. Thanks. Thanks, Ushmi. Okay. So again, let me recall all those things which I also said in the webinar one. So whenever you have any doubt or whenever you have any kind of difficulty to understand, you can just put your message in the chat and I'll be looking into the chat. So let's keep this session more, happening. So that let's discuss rather than I'm talking and I'm just making explanation. So please be all, so let's start. Yeah, so let's start with the challenges first, which are mostly we focus on AI development. So these are the challenges most of the time I see because I said, as Varun said, that I was a trainer. I still train people in the ML and AI development. So what are the challenges people generally face while they start the ML journey? What are those stopping points for you that, okay, you are not very much aware about the development or maybe a code? So let's start with those first. So very first challenge when something comes that about research. So let's say there is some problem which you see in the real world, and then you know the problem but you may not be aware about how to solve the problem, or what are the solutions are possible for that particular problem. So for that we need to do some research. So research can be on any level. For example, research can be related to the data, maybe what things you need to collect, what are the data set you need to collect. That can be the big problem. There we need research. Sometimes we need to also research about what are the available solutions, what are the available ways to solve this problem. There are multiple people which are facing the similar problem which you are facing, and how they are approaching the solution. Those you need to first find out, and that all requires research. Research can be done on internet, maybe research paper, research articles, multiple website, multiple blogs, multiple articles you need to go through. So that kind of research is very much important when it starts the ML process. So the best suitable, again, you have a lot of solutions. There is a list of 20-30 solutions which you can find on internet, but again, what will be the suitable solution for your case is again a part of research which you may need to find through error and trial and error way. So that is the biggest challenge which comes on number one. Then let's say you are figuring out, okay, some certain solution is suitable for your problem. Then the next challenge will come, that is a data preparation. So now, as from webinar one we understood that the data plays important role over here. In that case we need to find out the data which is again suitable for your solution or suitable for your problem rather. So let's take any problem over here. I'm going to talk about a very so what do you call a very easy problem right now, because the same problem I'm going to show you with Navan.ai today. So let's take a problem where I am a botanist who wants to find out a different plant disease. Now, when I'm going to say that, okay, I need to classify those plant disease, I am going to take a help of AI ML to solve this problem, to solve the classification issue over here. So there are certain plant issues such as the leaf issues, leaf disease. We can say the leaf is healthy, or whether the leaf is having some rust, or it is having some powdery substance on it. Then we are going to classify this. So this is the problem statement now here. Now you are finding some solutions from the botanist or maybe some available articles on the internet, and then you get, okay, there is a classification method which we can use to solve this kind of a problem. Now then, what is the first thing comes in your mind, that where I'll get the data, because without the data, I cannot make any ML model. So the certain amount of data, maybe that data can be in pictures, because now this is something called classification problem. So we might be looking for the pictures, available images, um, which we need to collect, and which should be suitable for your problem. So discovering such images, discovering such data set can be another research case. So we need to research it. We need to find it from different available material in the internet. Again, those images should be available for use of certain cases, such as that should be available for use, reuse. That should not be having any kind of limited usage, or maybe some kind of a license. So such dataset finding is another challenge. Second challenge is some data sets may not be available as it is, like a clean data set. It can be in one folder. You need to go one by one to each and every image. You need to find, okay, this image is belong to certain class. Then you need to again segregate those images. So certain amount of cleaning needs to be there. Again, there are different kind of a data sets. Let's say customer care handling data set. There are a lot of emails, maybe a lot of messages. Those you need to read and again need to clean. That is another challenge over here. Next is transforming or pre-processing or annotating the images, adding the particular labels to the images. That is again a time taking job, or again a challenge. And the last, but not the least, is a data storage. So we have to store this data onto certain storage provider, so that we can collect those data whenever we want. We need to version it properly, so that we can use it for certain development. So these are kind of challenges which we face related about data preparation. So this is the second challenge. So third challenge is again a very big major challenge. People who don't know about coding, don't have any kind of a coding experience. The very big challenge over here is developing a code for training and other processes. So uh, everyone cannot understand code. Everyone may not be having any kind of experience about coding. So such code development, understanding the processes, understanding the libraries, understanding different kind of programming languages. There are certain complex libraries we use many times when it comes to the ML model development. There are a lot of mathematical expressions which we need to go through. These kind of challenges many people face, and everyone is not that pro to code, understanding code. Again, the storage, who knows the code, who knows the development, they may not be aware about the different complex libraries which are available on community, or which are not may not be available on community spaces. Then again, the very big problem which even we face while developing the code, who are pro in code, that is code storage, versioning. So we use sometimes Git and many other tools to do the versioning, but everyone is not good at that. So this becomes again a very big a very big obstacle while doing this code development process, or again ML modeling. The fourth challenge I'm going to discuss over here is where the ML journey starts. So although it has started at data collection itself, but here you directly face with the ML model training. So finding the efficient model, you may not be aware about all the available model, or you even aware about all available model. You are not able to uh, confirm that which is going to be the model for your case, which will be efficient, which will what will be the algorithm can be used, the data which you have collected, and which will again fit perfectly with your data, so that you can take insights from it, and maybe your model can predict exactly what you want. So you may not be aware about that. Again, the parameters which you need to set during the model training, there are different models available out there, and all models you need to pass certain parameters, then only you can use those. You can use your custom data to teach the machine what you really want to. So for that, you need to understand the complete model. You need to understand the algorithm. You need to understand how to use it. You need to understand that particular library which you are using, which there are certain libraries available. So you again need to, even if you know the code, you need to go through all this. And that itself takes a lot of time, takes a lot of efforts, takes a lot of, again, development, uh, just to start the model, just to start the model training. Now, once the model is trained, again, the model validation, the model which you have used, how much it is fitting properly, how you can validate that. That is again a challenge over here. So once you validate, even if you validate, you need to understand that, okay, where it is going wrong, how can I improve the model, how I am going to fine tune the model. That again needs skills, and with those skills will again need to be understood with lot of practice, with lot of research. So these are the particular challenges we face in model training part. Now, next thing is, again, if you have trained the model, how you are going to store it, because there are different model types which you get after training. So understanding those type, understanding how to use those model, how to store it, how to version it, because you are doing the model training for first time, and you may find that, okay, this version 1.0 is not much suitable or not much fitting properly. Let's use some more data set and let's make the another model. And then you are training the model second time. Now this is version 2.0. How you are going to version it and how you are going to store all this metadata with the versions, that is again a very big challenge. And many who are using the ML modeling practices are not aware about this versioning, and then they lose all the models which they have trained, along with what they have trained for, what was the validation. They don't store it, and then again it comes to the square one. So these are the big challenges even the ML practitioner, data scientists are facing right now. The next, again, big challenge when it comes to the ML journey is ML model testing. Even if you have trained some model, you need to test it. Without testing, you cannot come up that, okay, this model is fitting very nice, or this model is evaluating exactly what I want, or it is solving my problem which I actually decided. So now after testing only you will get to know. So testing itself is a big effort. And if you are doing testing manually, again, that will be on top of that. So what if you get some automation into that? That will make your problem solve, or that will make this journey easy. So the testing, manual testing, is again a challenge. You need to test it. You need to collect all the testing output. You need to collect the reports. Again, you need to add those report version wise, analyzing it, visualizing it, understanding the metrics which you have got through the testing, storing the result, history loggings, and again, after storing, you need to compare it through all of your versions. So 1.0 is giving this kind of test report, 2.0 giving this kind of test report, 3.0 giving this kind of test reports. That can be done only if you handle the versions which we have just discussed in fourth challenge, that train model storage and versioning. So when you are storing the versions of the model, you are also storing the testing reports so that you can later on compare the models. So these are few challenges up to the testing. Now the sixth challenge I'm going to talk about is the challenge which is faced by many big organizations. They know that they have the data scientists, they know the process, but they get this challenge when it comes to the deployment and when it comes to the deploy on the bigger level, or rather rescalable. So in this kind of challenge, what we face difficulties is setting up the servers. Now there are different kind of environment. One can set up the server at the cloud, or certain cloud with certain cloud provider. Another organization can think about setting up the edge device. which can be set into some taxis or maybe some manufacturing unit where it won't be having much connectivity with cloud. So there are different environments. Again, those environments you need to think the deployment on those kind of devices. It's again a big challenge. Now, model serving and handling is something that your model is ready with all this model testing, model training. Your model is ready in your hand. But then with that model, what to do next? How the model should be used to solve your end problem? Because at the end, you need to solve the problem. There should be solution with your model. So how that model should serve and handle so that the model will start predicting on your real time problem and give you some solution. So coming to that level again comes into the ML deployment, and many don't know how to do it. Again, the model serving and deployment and handling changes from model to model, changes from libraries to libraries. So that again, you need to come up with some kind of a solution which is suitable the model which you have used. Libraries installation, that's what just I explained. Version handling, exactly which model should be used throughout the versions. API development on top of your model and integration with some kind of app. Let's say you are developing some app in mobile environment and you need your model to be working throughout like 24 hours, and you need the prediction to be happen on real time. Now you need some kind of a API endpoint so that that will talk you with your model as well as the mobile application where you need to integrate. So these kind of a development comes with the challenges. The last here that technologies like Docker applications, uh, which we use generally to avoid portability, to avoid cross-platform integration, to avoid these kind of a deployment issues. The Docker applications or the Jenkins, these are again DevOps. Uh, uh, when we use the DevOps concepts, we learn over there. So everyone is not aware about that. Learning that kind of applications is or softwares is again a big challenge. So these kind of things we face during the ML deployment, and that again comes with lot of research as well as it's a time taken. Solving each and all issues which we face in deployment takes again a different effort. So all these kind of issues are there. That's why sometimes we are not very much friendly with starting with the ML journey, or we don't think about ML model because we always think there's a something called okay, some some big industries or some big companies or big organizations only can use ML model. So that is kind of ideology people have developed through all of these challenges. Now, up to this, I just explained about the challenges, and let's take another 2-3 minutes. I want to know what kind of a challenges you have faced if you have ever tried ML development. Anyone?
Yeah, I think you have addressed most of the problems.
Okay. So anything which especially you have faced?
That reusability issue I have faced when I was working with some clients.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, thanks.
Thanks. Anyone else? Okay, so I think if I have covered all the challenges, that's great. If there is anything else, you can put into the chat box so that I can refer it later. Okay, so till this we have discussed all the challenges. Now it comes to the solution. Okay, that I am talking about all these challenges. Let's talk about solution also, because without that, there is no meaning to this webinar. So the solution, what we are offering with Navan.ai product is I'm going to talk on. So as I have discussed all those challenges, the very first challenges, if you remember, was about the research. So we have the problem statement, and to come to the solution, we need to do a lot of research. Research can be related to data. Research can be related to the model, algorithm. So here, Navan AI, which is basically solving the issues which comes under computer vision. At the timing, we are solving the computer vision issues which we face during the ML process, ML development process. So the very first thing that we are trying to solve here is a model recommendation. Now, model recommendation comes with some certain model which can be suitable for your problem. So if you remember, I just come up with one problem over here, that I want to classify the disease in the plant. Now this is a problem which can be solved by analyzing different images of the cases. Let's say the plant is healthy or not. So there are some images I'm having where the plant is healthy. By looking at the leaf, the plant looks healthy, because leaf is again a fundamental part of a plant. By looking at that, you can understand the plant is healthy or not. So I'm taking some pictures. I have some pictures which are saying that the leaf is healthy, and I know some pictures which are saying that the leaf has a rust on that. So this is a problem comes with, again, with the images which I can solve. So because it is coming, because I'm going to solve this with images, I'm considering computer vision over here. Now, I hope each of us know what computer vision is. If anyone don't know, the computer vision is something that um, if you have some image or if you have some video, your computer or your machine can analyze that. Now, it won't be analyzing the way you analyze from your naked eyes, but it is somewhere related or somewhere resembling to what we think when we look at something. So computer can have similar kind of power. Now for that, we use some different kind of libraries. On the libraries are available on multiple programming languages. So with Python, generally, if you have heard about OpenCV, Open Computer Vision, open open source computer vision. So such computer vision libraries can solve these kind of problems, and hence we are going to discuss about computer vision over here, because this is going to be a problem with the images, and images is our data set. Now I have a data set where there is a healthy plant, healthy leaves images, and there are the images where I have the leaf formed, I mean rust form on the leaf. So now what Navan AI is going to do is it is going to give you the recommendation for the model that's saying, hey, this model can be suitable for your classification problem. And if you are aware about ML modeling, then you must be aware about image classification models, which are suitable to solve similar issues. Now, there are n number of models available out there. If you see TensorFlow, then there are multiple models available. Again, if you go to that library, you will see that, okay, there are multiple similar models are available. Then which is the best model over here? So for that, Navan AI is solving this issue by recommending which is the best suitable model. Now that issue is solved because you have data. Now you're understanding what model you are going to use. Now, second thing is how to use that model. Just by giving the model name, it won't be sufficient for you. The second thing is you have here easy to add, update, delete custom data. So you have the place or you have the portal where you are selecting the model, and you need to update and, I mean, add all those images which you have already segregated. You have the folders, you just need to add those. After adding the custom data and after selection of the model, you have one click model training. You just need to click and the model will start training on based on custom data which you have provided. Now that will take certain time, because as you know that the ML modeling model training, it takes time. So after, let's say, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, the model will get ready. And where the model will be saved with the versions on the cloud or on the storage, which we are providing through Navan AI to every user. And we will take care of the storage. So you won't be losing any kind of a data which you are providing on the portal. So that will be easily available for you. Even after 1 year or after 2 year, you come up again with the same kind of a problem. You go through your models which you have created on the portal, and the versions along with the metadata you can find over there. So the problem again, which was the storing model and storing data and storing versioning, is getting solved over here, which is a very big problem even I have faced during my experience. So now the model training has been done, model is ready. Now whatever model uh, which have been stored, we need to validate it, we need to test it. So for that, what we are going to do is we are again offering a solution on that also. So with the model which you have trained with a particular version, you can load it for the testing. So you load it and you test with another images, and you need to check it whether the model training is up to the your expectations. If you see that okay, this model is doing good, then the next thing is you can just export it and start using it. Again, I'm going to come on the export part, but before that, I'll also take up a case where the model, after the validation, you feel that the model is not working up to your certain expectations. Then you again have another way to add or update a data which you have given, because again, if you add extra data, the model training will do much better. So you have that kind of a option over here. You again go back to the custom data, you do the changes, you do the addition, updation, and then again you can start the training. Now this model will be trained as a version, I mean updated version. So all these kind of a version data and updated models will be stored and with the metadata in the storage, so that you can anytime go and capture those whatever you are looking for. So yeah, so when there are two cases, when the model is doing good, again you can go to the export option, and during the export option we are providing here two three options. So one option is very simple, that you get the model files, you download the model files. But downloading just the model files is not going to solve your problem, because many don't know how to use that model file. It is just a file, or it can be just a folder, and how you're going to use it, you may not be aware about that. For that, we are again giving you the ready-made program file with all the suitable or all the usable libraries in that. You just need to run with our extra instructions. You can run those run those files, program files, and your model will start serving you. Now another way is to do that is getting Docker image download option. You go to the Docker image download, you build the Docker image, you download the image which you have built, and you can again store the Docker image if you want. After getting downloaded Docker image, again you have instruction how to run the Docker image, and without writing a single code, you can start getting the predictions from your model through your Docker. Again, the same Docker image you can deploy wherever you want. If you need any extra kind of services like help from Navan.ai team, you can anytime reach to us, and we will be there to help you to understand what is your requirement and where the model you need to deploy. The last but not the least over here, that getting model deploy on Navan.ai servers and getting the APIs endpoints for the integration in any app you want. So let's say take the example which I have just explained, that you have some mobile applications and you need a model API. You can uh, deploy that into the one server also. You get the final API endpoint and put it into wherever you want to integrate, and then this process becomes easier. Now, this is what the total structure which I have just explained. Now, I'll also show you how it works in a real portal. So, yeah. So, yeah. So here the first step. Pardon me if it is fourth step over here. Actually, it is the first step. Uh, so this is a step first, that you go to the Navan AI, and this is a portal which it looks like. Soon it will be available for all. So here it starts with the step one. So here you are going to choose the recommended model. So let's say your problem was about image, or I mean computer vision issue, a computer vision problem, which you are going to solve with the model ML model. And here are the available model types. So there are many models coming soon in the same. So now you can see over here that this is an image classification model available, and as description says that teach machine to classify from the image. So you are going to select this. So here is there's a button use model. You go to that model, and there are certain form. There are certain fields you need to fill up. So I am filling up model name such as I discussed, that plant disease classification. Also, I'm giving some short description so that later I can find through the models which I have developed. So there is a description to understand what it is about. Then it says that okay, it is a multi-classification model, and I can give the name by which I want to save the model, a developer name. Then the third thing is, as I said, without writing a single code, you are just going to create a class name. So class name can be a multiple class name, because as I said that the plant leaf, one class can be healthy, another class can be rust, another class can be powdery, another class can be maybe anything. Uh, so those classes you need to create, and after creating the classes, you need to add those certain images to the corresponding classes. So if I start making class over here healthy, then I need to add those healthy class images into the healthy folder or healthy class name. After adding multiple classes, once the upload of images has been done, I go to the next step. And here I can see that, okay, I have added two classes over here. One is healthy, one is rust. And there is a small button, says train model. Once you click the train model, it will say that it will start training the model. And once the model is completed, training is completed, when the model is ready to use, we will send you the notification on your email that okay, your model is ready. Because as I said, that model training process is quite lengthy. So after that process is done, you can use your model for next thing like validation, testing, export. Once it's done, you will get an email, and after that you can start validating and test the model. Now test is very simple, which we have kept so that everyone can understand what is happening over here. So you load the model whichever you want to, and after that you have just drag and drop image, or rather you can choose the image. And now I'm choosing certain image, and once I choose the image, it will say that whether it's healthy or rust. So here are the percentage which says that how much percent a model thing that the given image belongs to the class rust. So here are certain percentage. You can see that the 74%, the highest percentage has gone to rust class. So that means this image is belonging to rust class. Next is I'm finding healthy image, healthy leaf image. And now my model is also saying that, okay, the 97% it says that the image which I provided is a class from healthy. So here how the Navan.ai works, and soon again it will be available for all. The model which I showed, the choose model, like that page, the only one image classification was available. So another model, let's say object detection, there are many object segmentation, there are many cases which we are going to handle through this, and soon those will be also updated over there. So this is just a brief introduction about how Navan AI is going to help to solve this computer vision. Basically, right now we are focusing on computer vision problems. So that's why I'm showing you this kind of a cases. So Navan AI is going to help you to start the ML journey. Um, the last step which we are going to discuss is the export model case. So here the biggest problem basically people see the our audience also is one of them also said that okay, this is the issue which I have also faced. So here we are going to solve this issue with these kind of three ways. One is downloading the model file. If you download the model file, we are also giving you program file which you are going to run with the help of instruction, so that your model will start predicting. Second one, if you see over here, is a download Docker image. Docker image will be built on the server and can be downloaded on your local system or your local premises. the same which you can use with the help of our instructions to deploy on any system or any cloud or any edge device you want. The third, but not the least, but not the last, over here is the deploy model as API. So you can get the API endpoint by deploying the model on Navan.ai server, so that the endpoint API you can use to integrate on any application you want to develop. So yeah, here is the complete introduction. Um, so I'm open for the questions if you have about Navan.ai product.
Hey, yeah, thank you for the presentation. I think it was really cool, insightful. I like what you're doing. Um, and in the description of the event, it also said that Navan AI gives opportunities for people to upload their own models to kind of monetize them. Could you please explain a bit more about that? Because that sounds interesting.
Yeah, sure. So I'll take this up, Aish.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah, this is going to be the next phase actually. It's already in pipeline. I mean, it's there. It's something that we want to do, and we're planning towards doing that. But it's just that right now we are at alpha stage, and this is like stage one. Next, I think second or third stage is where we'll incorporate that and allow developers to create their own models as well as list them on Navan.ai and monetize those models.
All right, thank you. And also another question, what kind of users are you like expecting to have? Are they like more of machine learning enthusiasts, like academics, or just maybe business companies? Like what kind of users are you really targeting?
Yeah, so based on the different pricing strategies and the offerings that we have on Navan.ai, we'll mostly be targeting developers. And within developers, these could range from, say, freelance developers, individual developers to enterprises, large-scale enterprises. So, yeah, the audience size is going to be limited to developers, but the scale and the usage of each developer could depend on what they're working on. Academicians might be there, but that'll probably be about 5 to 10% of the total audience, not more.
All right, let's see. Yeah, just because I'm asking, because that looking at the interface, how like no code interface it is, it looks like anyone could potentially use it if they have an idea of what they want to achieve and if they have the data for that. So yeah, it seems like something that people from like my university, like academics, could easily use without any touching or writing any lines of code, which it seems quite exciting. But also a question about the data. So, as for the future, do you have any plans for helping people with data, like providing them with some training data? Because it is a challenge to kind of gather a lot of data to run those machine learning experiments. Do you have any kind of plans for that in the future?
Yeah, Ivan. So Varun, I'll tell this.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
As you said, Ivan, yeah, that is a very big problem nowadays. Even we face while developing the ML models. So yes, we have plans by helping finding the data sets on the same portal. So in coming days, we'll also work on that so that you can find the data which is suitable or which may be available on for the free use from our portal itself. Also, it will help you through these webinars, like multiple webinars we are going to throw for labeling the data, such cases like object detection, where you need to know more about how to label, how to segregate the data, how to make data, or rather how to prepare the data for use of model training. So all these kind of things the problems can be solved through this portal. Also we'll make webinars on that, so that also will help you that how to use such kind of features. So I think soon we'll come up with that. And thanks Ivan for that point.
Okay, yeah, I understood. Yeah, thanks for answering my questions. Yeah, thanks. Great presentation. I like it.
Thanks Ivan. Anyone anyone wants to ask a question? Yeah, we can take a few questions more.
Yeah, if there aren't any more questions, we can wrap up. But before wrapping up, there are a few announcements that I'd like to make. An important one, actually. So, anyone who wants to use the platform can register the interest. I mean, right now, right away, we're not opening it up to everyone, but you can register your interest through this form that I'm sharing in the chat box. And gradually, we'll be opening it up to all of you. So, we'll give you access soon, as soon as we have fixed a couple of things on the platform and it's available for everyone to use. So I've just shared the link in the chat box. You can use that link and register your interest. And also there's a feedback form, the link for which I've shared along with the same message. It would be great if you guys can provide some feedback around how the session was, what do you expect, and what can we expect? I mean, what can we do more to make it relevant for you guys in the future? So thanks in advance for filling that up, and thank you all for joining us. And that's it. Aish, you want to add anything?
The point which I want to add is again the one which I said just now, that there are a lot of development is happening, and again on the model level, on the data level, or the many features which we are going to add. So as we have just launched, I mean we are just in the procedure of launching this product. There are multiple features which will come up with every month or every segment, and also we'll be having lot of webinars to explain these features, or maybe we'll arrange a lot of demos for all of you. So keep tuning to this webinars generally, because there you get multiple things which can be discussed. So try to attend this regularly, which will definitely help you, and which will again help us also to get the feedback for what you think about the product and what you expect from us. So help us during this development journey, and that will be very nice of you. Varun.
Yeah, thanks, Aish, and thanks everyone for joining us. Hope to see you again in the next webinar, which will be next month. We haven't decided the date yet, but as soon as it's decided, we'll put it up on Meetup and Eventbrite.
Right, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Have a great
all.
Thank you.
and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.